Hi everyone, welcome to flosstube number 48. This is my second week of Arbitrary August 2020. Today is the 9th of August and yesterday was Saturday, so yesterday was a non-full coverage stitching day. Today will be a full coverage stitching day again. For all of you who did not watch my last video, this is a vlog style video, so every day I will check in, show you what I did the day before, and show you the project I'm going to stitch on next. So this video will consist out of a few, like 5-minute clips, all put together for the different days. So as I said, yesterday was Saturday. Yesterday I uploaded my last video. Therefore, I'm going to show you pictures what yesterday's project looked like last week, because you may have forgotten. I know I would have forgotten. So that's going to happen here. And let's get started so I can get started with stitching. Yesterday, as I said, it was Saturday. Every Saturday I stitch on Temperature Garden by Stitchin' Mommy. That's what it's going to look like. So each flower petal resembles one day, and you stitch in the color that resembles the highest temperature that occurred that day. I'm going to show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at. So I started with August, and as you can see, it got super warm. Those 3 flower petals, those 3 colors, I have not yet used them before. So that's kind of cool, but it's super hot and I don't like that much. So I kind of wish for some of those colors again, like in the end of April. That was nice. It got super warm. This one is stitched on 28 count 1/1 full cross, and the needle minder is from Lakeside Needlecraft. And yeah, that's where I'm at. And those are the 2 flowers I did yesterday. So yeah, that's that one. Next week when I'm going to stitch on this one, I will start with the next flower, which then means I can stitch August below. So yeah, that's my Temperature Garden. And as I said, it was a non-full coverage day, so I spun my non-full coverage wheel. And I got Royal Games number 1 by Mirabilia. And I'll show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And that's where I'm at right now. So not a lot of progress. As you just have seen in my Temperature Garden, it was super, super warm yesterday. So I filmed. First I had to work, then I filmed my clip, edited. While editing, I fell asleep, and I think I slept for about 1 or 2 hours. And then I decided to go on my balcony and enjoy the nice weather, or the way too hot weather. And I think it's been, with grocery shopping and cooking and eating and stuff, I think it has been 10 p.m. until I started stitching yesterday. Therefore, not a lot of progress. I first did my Temperature Garden, and then I worked on this one. This one is stitched on a 32 count white opalescent linen 2/2, and I concentrated on the sleeve. So I did 2 lengths of thread of this brighter blue and 1 length of thread of this like darker blue. It was about half length only, because then that color was done. I would have wished to kind of complete this sleeve, but it has already been 1 a.m. in the morning until I got to bed. So therefore, that had to be enough. It's not as much as last time when I stitched like all of this, but yeah, that's what sometimes happens, and that's fine by me. So yeah, that's my Royal Games. Next time, hopefully a bit more progress, but here she is, or they are. Okay, that's it for yesterday. So let's see what I'm going to stitch on today, because today is again a full coverage stitching day, which means I have my full coverage wheel over here, and we're going to spin it and see what I'm going to stitch on today. Okay, supersize max color cliffhanger. I'm going to get the project and then show you. Okay, so this is supersize max color cliffhanger. I haven't enough designs and artwork is by Amy Stewart. That's what it's going to look like when it's done, and it's humongous because it's a supersize one. Therefore, I'm stitching it on 40 count 1/110 stitch because even with that, it's super big. Those are whole pages. I know they look tiny, but those are whole pages. I have all the accessible pages. So I started in the top left corner. When I had this page done, I'm stitching cross country per page. I put those 3 pages into the Tiny Decisions app and let the app decide which page would be next. Because all those pages I can reach without counting. So even if it's over the diagonal, I can reach those pages without counting. And for that page, I did the same thing. Now I have a lot of pages already into the app, and it actually chose again one over the diagonal. So that's going to be the page I'm going to stitch on today, hopefully getting a good amount of progress done. 630 stitches at least, that's what I hope. It's 40 count, 1/1. So it kind of is a bit, it takes more time to stitch, not because the pattern is complicated or something, which it is because it has overall 200 colors. But nevertheless, it takes some more time because it's so tiny, you have to concentrate really hard, you have to count, stuff like that. So we'll see. I hope for 630 stitches at least. A bit more would be nice. And yeah, that's where I'm going to continue. I bring the page a bit closer. I'm going to stitch on today. That's where I'm at with that one. The needleminder is from Denkai Designs, and it's a super cute frog, so hopefully the frog will keep away from this project. And I just lost it. Yeah, I'm going to pick that one up later. Yeah, that's supersize max color cliffhanger. Hopefully getting good progress done. As you can see, the fabric is big. I think there are 12 pages across and 13 pages down. So still a long way to go. But it looks good so far. And it would be nice to get some more progress in because this year I want to do 16,000 stitches on this one, and I think I did about 2,000. So it needs some love. So that's what I'm going to do today. There we go. And I'm going to end this here. You will see in a few seconds how far I got on this one today. I will go stitching so that I can show you something. See you soon. Hi everyone. It's now Monday already, Monday the 10th of August. And yesterday I stitched on supersized max color cliffhanger by Haven't Enough Designs. The artwork is by Amy Stewart. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I did get my 630 stitches in, but I think I reached those and then did one more color. So in the end I did 640 stitches, which honestly is not as much as I could have gotten if it wasn't that warm. Yesterday we had again like 34 degrees, and in my apartment I had 31. I don't know what's that in Fahrenheit, I'm sorry. It's super warm and not fun. So I did stitch 640 stitches and then packed it away because it's just been too warm to stitch and it was not fun stitching. So that's where I got to. This is stitched on 40 count Newcastle linen, 1/1 half stitches. And as you can maybe see, I just picked colors that are close to those stitches I had already done and filled those strips of stitches up a bit more, closed some gaps, stuff like that. And that's going to be the way I'm going to stitch this page, filling those up, closing the gaps slowly from the outside in until the page is done. So yeah, that's that one. I started with, I think, 3 or 4 colors with a lot of stitches, like each color more than 100 stitches or close to 100 stitches. And then I went with colors with not as many stitches. So the last color I did had 10 stitches to just fill it up. And I was already at 500 something stitches. So I just needed close to 100 and decided to just go with a few colors with not as much stitches to just fill it. So yeah, that's now where I'm at with that one. Yeah, not as much as I had hoped for. And I just realized I forgot my phone to show you the wheel, so I'm going to pause this video. Okay, now I have my phone and I have my full coverage wheel already open on my Tiny Decisions app. And let's see what I'm going to stitch on next, or for today. Mini Cinderella. I stitched on that one on Friday, I think. I'm going to get the project and show you. So this is Mini Cinderella. It's also an Heaven and Earth Designs piece, and the artwork is by Alexandra Daw. As I told you last time, I have my problems with this piece, just because I can't decide which color to go next. There's a lot of krennic. I did not yet decide on how I'm going to stitch it, but I thought about it quite some time. Last time I stitched on it. I think I'm going to try one strand of B50-200 and one strand of the krennic blending filament in the color 032. So those mixed up together and then try stitching with that. And we'll see how that turns out. I also have, in the meantime, or last time I stitched on it, made a wheel with all the colors in Mini Cinderella. There are only 16 of those. So I put them all in a wheel. I'm going to spin the wheel, and the color that shows up, I will stitch one thread of color with that one length of thread. That's what I wanted to say. As soon as a color comes up, I'm going to stitch one length of thread with that color, and then spin again for the next color. So I hope I can better decide which color to stitch with. This is stitched on a light blue even weave, 28 count, 1/1 full crosses. And that's where I'm at. So yeah. I'm now going to go to do some sports. And thereafter I'm coming back and going to start stitching. So yeah, I hope I get a lot of stitches in until it gets as warm as it was yesterday. Because then I probably won't stitch again, or won't stitch anymore, and instead read some. And that's my telephone. I'm going to stop this video. See you soon. Hi everyone, I'm back for the next part of my video. It's Tuesday the 11th of August, and yesterday I stitched on Mini Cinderella by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Alexandra Daw. This one is stitched on 28 count, 1/1 full cross, and the fabric is a light blue. I did not do my 630 stitches. It's just way too warm this week. It's supposed to be this warm for the rest of the week, and I'm quite sure all those days I won't get my 630 or not more than 630 done, because it's in the morning. So like now, it's okay, kind of. I have about 28 degrees in my apartment, which is really warm, but it's better than in the afternoon. So I try to get a lot of stitching done in the morning, and in the afternoon I'm just on my balcony and reading and doing nothing else, because it's just too warm to do anything else. But like last time, I just let the Tiny Decisions app decide which color I'm going to use, and that meant I got all the colors missing in the 11. So that one is, well, close to done. I think there are 2 or 3 stitches missing in the X down here, but nevertheless it's close to being done and it's looking good. And of course I did some more down here, I did some more over here. So yeah, just did some more, and she's looking good. She's looking really good. And it was kind of funny. Normally I watch some TV, some Netflix while stitching, and yesterday I decided to watch some Cinderella movies. There are a lot of them out there, so I think I watched 3 Cinderella movies while stitching this one. That's been kind of fun. So yeah, that's Mini Cinderella. And now I'm going to pack her away, and we'll see what I'm going to stitch on next. Here is my full coverage wheel, and I'm going to spin it. And okay, I don't know why Mini Cinderella is blacked out. That's normally not happening. I just ignore it for today, and I'm going to stitch on 4 seasons. I'm going to get the project in a moment, and for the next days I make sure that that one's out. I don't know why that's now happening out of nowhere, but I'm going to get 4 seasons and show you where I'm at with that one. So this is 4 seasons. It's another Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Yaka. And on this one I started in the top left corner and going by 20 by 20 blocks over the whole width of the pattern, and then moving into the next row of those 20 by 20 blocks. And that's where I'm at with that one. So good part already done. Needleminder is from Denka Designs, and this is stitched on 25 count 1/1 full crosses. Honestly, my goal would be to finish this block and complete the next one, which would mean about 600 to 700 stitches, and then maybe start with a third one. But it's already getting warm in here, and I don't know. Because it's full cross, it takes a bit longer, it's kind of confetti heavy, but it's fun. I really like this pattern and this project, so I'm not sure. But I really like how it looks right now. So yeah, we're going to see. I'm going to get stitching to get a lot done before it gets super hot. And yeah, you see in a second how far I've got, and I come back tomorrow morning. Hi everyone, it's now Wednesday the 12th of August, and yeah, I'm here with my progress on 4 seasons. The artwork is by Yaka and it's Heaven and Earth Designs. I did not get a lot done, really not. This is where I got to. So this is stitched on a 25 count cream even weave 1/1 full crosses. The needleminder is from Denka Designs. I finished that block I had started last time and then started with the next one. Over here, the thread I still had on my needle was so short that I just finished the thread and therefore even went into the next block. Over here, that's the middle of the whole pattern. That's super cool. Nevertheless, I only got about 450 stitches in, so yeah, not even close to my daily stitch count goal, but it's so warm. I really hope that maybe today or tomorrow latest we get a really big thunderstorm. The humidity will be out of the air, it will be a bit colder. During night I have like all windows open just to get some air. It's super hot here in Germany. We don't have any ACs in the apartments because normally we don't need it, just for like 2 weeks in the year. So yeah, I hope it gets a bit cooler soon. But yeah, that's 4 seasons. As I said, not as much as I would have liked, but I'm getting close to the middle of the pattern, so that's kind of cool. And now we're going to see what I'm going to stitch on today. Hopefully a bit more stitches than those last days. And it's still, I'm going to change that. I have no idea. Okay, now it's normal. And we'll try this again. Okay, story keep the frog prints again. I'm going to get the project and show you. So this is Story Keep the Frog Prints, Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Melanie Dallon. I think it's going to be the 4th time I'm going to stitch on this one during August, and the first time this week. Yeah, so I'm getting good progress in on that one during August. So this is where I'm at with it. It's stitched on a 32 count ice blue linen 2/110 stitch, and the needleminder is from Denkai Designs. I'm stitching in 10 by 10 blocks on the diagonal and just started the next diagonal with this block. So I'm just going to continue down here. Over here I'm 150 stitches widthwise. I did 150 stitches. That means I'm 3/4 done with the width of the design. So I'm going till about here, and then I have reached the top right corner. So that's pretty cool. Not going to do that today, but I'm going to continue on the diagonal. With my daily stitch count of 630, I will get approximately down to somewhere around here. Not the whole diagonal. If I get the whole diagonal, that would be super cool. I highly doubt it. But yeah, we're going to see where I'm going to get at and what I'll be able to do. I just hope to do like my daily stitch count today, because I did not do that, I think, for the last 3 or 4 days. So it would be really nice to get it done. But we'll see. And I show you tomorrow what I did, and yeah, see you soon. Hi everyone, I'm back on this Thursday, the 13th of August, and I have my progress on Story Keep the Frog Prince, artwork by Melanie Dallon and charted by Heaven of Designs. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I did not get my 630 stitches done. I stopped at exactly 500 because then one of those blocks was done. I'm stitching this in 10 by 10 blocks on the diagonal, and I did those 5 blocks and then stopped. I'm getting really close to her crown. I think her crown will be about here, so that's really cool. Nevertheless, not as much progress as I would have liked, but I'm like stitching on this one. It's stitched on a 32 count ice blue linen 2/110 stitch, and the needleminder is from Denkai Designs. And so far it looks really cool. I really like how it's turning out. Nevertheless, not as much progress as I would have liked. Bring it a bit closer. Super cool. And I can't wait to get to like the exciting parts. So like to her crown, to her head, stuff like that. But that's going to take some time. Okay, let's see what I'm going to stitch on next. This is my full coverage reel. And why is this happening? Okay, we're trying this again. I don't know why. The wheel is always blocking out Mini Cinderella. I don't understand why it's doing that. So yeah, we're just spinning it again without anything blocked. Okay, supersize Once Upon a Fairy Tale. I'm going to get the project and then I'm going to show you. This is supersize max color Once Upon a Fairy Tale. Artwork is by Amy Stewart. Again, it's a Heaven and Earth Designs. I started in the top left corner, and like with the last project, I'm going in diagonals of 10 by 10 blocks. Yeah, so that's the whole project. There are a lot of details in there. That's why I choose the supersized one and the max color one to hopefully get most of those details really like lifelike out of that and not like blurry. So that's where I'm at with that one. This was my new year, new start. So all of that's done over here. I have done this year. The needleminder is from Lakeside Needlecraft, and I'm stitching this on 40 count Newcastle linen 1/110 stitch. Therefore, it's tiny. My daily stitch count of 630 stitches would mean I would finish this diagonal. Those diagonals or this project take really long because it's tiny. There are a lot of colors in there. I think over the whole chart, 239 colors in the whole chart. So yeah, that takes some time. Sorry. I'm going to see where I'm going to get at. There has been, with Heaven and Earth designs, there has been a problem with 2 of those newest DMC colors. So they have 35 new DMC colors from 1 to 35. And with 08 and 09, there has been a problem because they are kind of reddish browns, and in the charting program Heaven and Earth Designs uses, they were just brown, not this reddish brown. So therefore all charts that include those 2 colors have been recharted without those colors. This is one of those charts, and I have not yet used 08 or 09 in this so far, but in the diagonal I'm presently stitching on, they will appear. So therefore I have to load the new chart into Pattern Keeper and then start marking what I have already done, mark my part threads, and then I can start stitching. So that might take a while, and as I said, the project itself takes longer than other projects, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get my 630 stitches. It's still very warm over here, so we'll see. But I'm going to start, and I'm going to try, because I had waited for this project, had hoped it would come up, because I really feel like stitching on it. So therefore, I'm going to get started stitching, and see you soon. Bye. Hi everyone, it's now Friday the 14th of August, which means my second week of Arbitrary August stitching is almost over. I have today left, but it's already 2 p.m. because I've been at work. Therefore, hopefully a bit of stitching, but probably not as much as I would have liked. Because normally my stitching time at the moment is in the mornings, because in the afternoon it's just getting too hot and it's already starting. So I will be on my balcony sometime this afternoon, probably soon. So therefore, probably not a lot of stitching time. But first of all, I show you what I've done yesterday when I stitched on Supersized Once Upon a Fairy Tale Max Color. I have enough designs. The artwork is by Amy Stewart. I'm up here in this corner with a teeny tiny start, and this is where I got to. It's stitched on 40 count 1/110 stitch, and yesterday I did a bit more than 400 stitches, so not a lot. But I finished this block, this one, and those 2. Started with the next one, a few stitches in here. In this block down here, I started with the lantern. In here there's this lantern. With the top of that one, I have started. So yeah, that's kind of cool. A lot of new colors, so it takes a bit longer. Nevertheless, really cool that I have started that one. Yeah, so that's where I got to. As I said, not as much as I would have liked. To finish the diagonal would have been really nice. That would have meant a bit more than 200 stitches, so that would have also gotten me my daily goal, but that hasn't happened. It's too warm. I can't stand the heat. I can't stitch in the heat because my hands are getting sweaty, and I don't like touching the fabric and threads with sweaty hands. So therefore, at the moment, not a lot of stitching time, but that's okay. I hopefully will make up for all of that later this year, like in October, November, December, something like that, when it's a bit cooler again. So let's see what I'm going to do today on this last full coverage stitching day for this week, or for this video probably. So here's my full coverage wheel. I'm going to spin it. Why is this happening? Sorry. I know I said it yesterday, and everything looks fine. The wheel looks like that, and as soon as I start spinning, it blacks out Mini Cinderella, and I am not yet done with my yearly goal on Mini Cinderella, so therefore it can't be blocked out. So, okay, let's spin it again. This time it works. And Dragon Dancer. Okay, I get the project. So this is Dragon Dancer. Again, it's a Heaven and Earth Designs piece. The artwork is by Anne Stokes, and I started in the top left corner and have 2 pages already done. So that's what that's looking like right now. It's stitched on a 32 count linen 2/110 stitch. I'm presently stitching on this page down here, picking a color, finishing the color on the whole page. If I have red left after the page is done, or the color on the page is done, I'm continuing wherever the color is going next, so therefore I feathered a lot into the next pages, as you can see over here and down here. I think I already feathered in the page below that one over here as well, so yeah, I feathered a lot. Yeah, this is one of my fastest projects because the way I'm stitching it is kind of fast, and it works with this project because it's not super confetti heavy as some of my other projects are. So yeah, hopefully I can get quite a lot done on this one. We'll see. I'm going to get stitching to hopefully get a bit of progress in before I leave it for this afternoon and go onto my balcony. So yeah, we'll see about that. This is where I'm at, and I go stitching. See you soon. Hi everyone. It's now Saturday, the 15th of August. Half of August has already passed. And as I said, it's Saturday, so it's my non-full coverage stitching day, and it's my day for uploading this video. Therefore, I'm going to show you my travel stitching and stuff like that. But first of all, we're going to start with my progress on yesterday's project, which was Dragon Dancer, Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork is by Anne Stokes, and I'm presently stitching on this page up in here. And I show you where I got to. I'm super happy. As you can see, I focused on this part, or those 2 parts, those branches over here. This one is stitched on a 32 count 2/110 stitch at some Zweigart linen. I did close to 1,000 stitches in 2 colors. And with close to 1,000 stitches, I mean I did 996. So 4 missing to actually hit the 1,000. I thought about taking another color and actually doing just a few more stitches to actually cross the 1,000th mark. But I was done. I was done. I did a lot and I'm really happy with how far I got. I forgot to tell you or to mention, yesterday has been the World Cross Stitch Day, so it's actually really nice to get a good amount of stitches in exactly on the World of Cross Stitch Day, or on the World Cross Stitch Day, when the rest of the week just did not work out that well. So it's kind of nice. I bring it a bit closer. This is where I'm at. Super happy, and now I'm going to fill in this part or this side of the branch of the page, and yeah, probably with those colors, probably even finishing the page or moving great way over to the page. There is 1 stitch missing in here. That's the only stitch of that color in that page, so I'm going to feather a lot into the page below. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Really, really happy with that one. Looks really cool. And yeah, that's my last full coverage for this month. Now I'm going to show you my treble stitching. Treble stitching is for this month because I already finished the other one. The Busilla kit I have, tiny stockings ornaments. I'm going to stitch all 30 of them. Presently I'm stitching on, where is it? This one, the lighthouse up in here. And I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I got to. So as you can see, not a lot. I finished the red in here and moved over there. With those red stitches, those are the last red stitches on the whole thing. So that's why I finished those as well. and then I filled in all the yellow, and yeah, probably going to continue with some grays and the white. There's a lot of white in this pattern, so yeah, that's the way I'm going with that one. This is stitched on a 14 count, 2 over 1 full cross, and yeah, hopefully maybe being able to finish this one till the end of the month as treble stitching. That would be really cool, but we'll see about that. Yeah, and then let's move into plans for today. First of all, I'm going to stitch on the Temperature Garden by Stitchy Mommy, as I'm doing every week to just stay up to date. I'm going to stitch all of the flower petals until yesterday. This is where I'm at with that one. It stayed as warm as it was in this flower, so I'm going to continue with those brighter colors. It's stitched on a 28 count 1 over 1 full cross, and I bring those August flowers closer. I will be able to backstitch the backstitch August below, so I'm going to do that as well. And yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. And when I'm up to date with this one, so in about 2 or 3 hours, I'm going to continue stitching on a non-full coverage piece because it's a non-full coverage day. It's again really warm, so I'm going out on my balcony, which means probably not a lot of stitching time, but hopefully at least a little bit. And we're going to see what I'm going to stitch on next. This is my non-full coverage wheel. There are 3 projects on there that when they get called, I'm going to spin again. First of all, Temperature Garden, because I'm anyway stitching on that one. Second of all is the Grimm's Fairy Tale Cell, because I'm already done and up to date. And the third is Cinderella Rags to Riches, because I have finished my yearly goal on that one. Okay, that did not work. Now it's spinning. And I'm stitching on Royal Games number 1, again, like I did the last 2 Saturdays. I'm going to get the project and show you where I'm at. So this is Royal Games number 1, as you have seen in the beginning of the video, because I already stitched on it last Saturday. It's by Mirabilia. Queen of Hearts is done, and I'm presently stitching the Queen of Spades. So I show you where I'm at. Here we go. That's this one is stitched on a 32 count, white opalescent linen 2 over 2. I bring it a bit closer. I'm going to continue on the sleeve and probably moving into the middle of her dress. Hopefully, maybe even getting to some skin. That would be nice. Last time I told you I would like to bead that part of the dress because all those holes are beads they are missing. There are a lot of beads in her sleeve over there. Honestly, it's so warm. I don't want to bead, so I'm probably just stitch and hopefully get good progress into it, and maybe next time I stitch on her, being able to bead her to get to beading and doing a lot then. So yeah, that's where she's at. I'm going to film where I got to tomorrow, but you will only see that next Saturday when I upload my next video. So this video is now going to be edited and uploaded. Hopefully everything works out just fine. And yeah, I hope you like it. It's been my second week of Arbitrary August this year. And yeah, I'm kind of happy with the projects that got called. I would have liked a bit better weather for stitching to get more progress into each project. But that's just the way it is, and August is the hottest month of the year here in Germany, so it was kind of expected. So that's fine, and I'm quite sure in the next month I'll be able to get a lot of progress done. So that's fine. For non-full coverage day today, there were like 2 or 3 projects I really had hoped for. This one's not part of it, but it's fine. I really like this project. I want to finish Royal Games this year, so that's really fine, and I'm happy to be stitching on it. So yeah, that's it. I think, yeah, that's been it. I hope you had a wonderful week and continue to have a wonderful time, and see you next Saturday. Bye.